in September to November than it is any other time. Like, so a ticket right now between right now and November is all right, perfect. Regardless, it's all perfect. But a ticket between now and November is just $1,200. For some, I know that's a lot, but after that, they around $3,000 until February. So I've been, just a little tidbit. So I have been traveling to different gyms: Charleston, South Carolina, Virginia, DNA Strength in Georgia. There's one in Jacksonville that I want to check out. So I'm gonna go there. But there's a powerlifting. This will be my first time going out of the country. And there is a power, like I've done my research. I know the shots I'm gonna need, the external cores and shit that I'm gonna need. But like there's a powerlifter named, shout out to Zebulon Big Z. He's like the top 20 powerlifter in the world or whatever. But he inspired me to travel because he's a trucker, but he goes to different powerlifting gyms. Ooh. And I said I want to do that, but I kind of want to one up them and go to a powerlifting gym in a different country. But no, that's forgive me. This is how I typically do my intros. I don't look at the camera or anything. I just humbly and respectfully I say, again, thank you for coming. And like I said off camera, which I'm gonna say on camera, there is a lot in this fitness realm, in this fitness game that you have contributed to, that you know. There's a lot that you've done for us and I wanted to bring that to my audience. So with that being said, as this is a conversation to me, but it is an interview, you can look at me the whole time, you can look at the camera. So how I typically start off, I say, hey, just introduce yourself, and again, everything's flowing into energy. As you talk, I think of the questions, and we'll just go from there.
Sound like a winner.
Yes, sir.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Zeus. I'm over here with nephew, getting this thing here together. Supporting him, and we're about to have some fun. Y'all get yourself together and check it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, how old were you when you were introduced to the aspect of fitness? Like, where did it start for you?
Oh boy, it's a crazy story. When I was young, I was 9, 10 years old. I always had big uncles that, at that age, I thought they was giants. And I used to follow them when they was out in the yard. I'm from deep country where they was always truck tires and stuff like that in the yard. And my punishment one day was to pick up a tire and carry it around the yard. It was punishment to them, but to me, I realized that I could pick up heavy stuff.
Okay.
So I fell in love with moving heavy stuff at that point.
At 10 years old?
At 10 years old. Okay. I started sneaking to the gym with one of my uncles when I turned 11. I've always been a sports fanatic.
Mm-hmm. Football, basketball?
Basketball, track, wrestling, mixed martial arts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The whole works. I've always, and I grew up watching wrestling, NWA.
Okay.
The old school wrestling, Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race, Abdullah the Butcher and stuff like that. And
what's your favorite? Was it Sting?
No, Dusty Rhodes was one of them.
Why him?
Rocky Johnson.
Mm-hmm. The Rock's father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rocky Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Harley Race was one. He was more of a villain, but
he played the heel.
Yeah, he did. And I would say Abdullah the Butcher because he was a madman.
Okay.
And I was just thrilled on the way he would get beat up and still just come back and beat people up and stuff. And I was always into that stuff. Like, wow, one day I won't be able to do like that. I'm gonna train like that. I'm gonna be a monster like that. And that inspired me to really get into the sports. And then once I started school good, I got the opportunity to go in the weight room, underage, but I got the opportunity to go in the weight room. And I just started picking up anything I can pick up.
So allow me to ask this question, and I apologize. Mm-hmm. So that's not common, well, back then, like for youngins at that age to be in the weight room, or
No.
was it even allowed? I'm asking, but like, was it even allowed?
Not really.
Okay.
Because my family was so athletic,
Mm-hmm.
I got a pass hanging out with my uncle.
Okay.
Uh, the average kid around that age stay in the yard and do yard work, help your grandfather or somebody cut down trees and stuff. And that was actually our physical work. You know, our grandfather had this old Ford pickup, I'll never forget. And every Saturday he would come get us, put us on a truck, and we would ride out in the country. And we would chase whatever we can chase at it, just be having fun. And that was our way of exhausting ourselves. So when we got back home, then, you know, whatever mom wanted us to do, whatever dad wanted us to do, we was doing it.
Say less.
But
Thank
being
you.
active, man, it's always been part of my life, always. And I thank God to this point that He allowed me to get in the realm of physical activities, because my body, mind, and soul has been through a lot. Accidents and near death. You name it, my body been through it. And by His grace and mercy, I'm still here.
Yes, sir. I apologize. So, you said started into the gym at age 11. So, like, what were you introduced to? Like, were there machines? Was it strictly just traditional iron? Like when you came in the world of fitness and the gym, like what were you exposed to?
Well, old school back then was just the old football gym, which was free weights. Back then we didn't really have the machines. Everything was free weight. You gotta realize I'm 60 years old, so that's been back in the days. So pretty much free weight of the old high school gym, pretty much.
Got you.
You know, weights that was wore out, didn't have no rubber weights. It was all
Metal.
steel, metal,
Okay.
that type of stuff. And that was thrilling to me, to go in there and just to see guys that was just like monsters, man. I'm like, man. And I've always had this thing in the back of my mind that one day I'm gonna be a monster. And that drove me and it drove me and it drove me. So I'm here today.
So allow me to ask this: was you have today you have powerlifting, you have bodybuilding, you have strongman, you have Olympic lifting, and other sports or competitions that deal with weight. What was common back then as you were coming up? Like, was powerlifting relatively a thing back then for you, or no?
You know, that's a good question. Because being so young, I didn't understand the difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding.
Okay.
So, to me, strongman.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I had uncles that was moved. I had this one uncle that picked up the back of an ambulance.
Okay.
And those was my inspirations to learn about my body, how it moves. And the crazy thing, I got put in martial arts when I was also young as a punishment for my father. Because
Punishment was to put you in self-defense.
Self-defense class.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I come from a family of 5 boys, 1 girl. I was the second oldest. My oldest brother, rest in peace. I was the one that was always fighting.
Oh.
Even though I never started, but I had brothers that would instigate it, but couldn't follow through with it. So I was the one that was always getting caught up in the fights.
So he want discipline, maybe?
Discipline.
Okay.
Yeah, which turned into, well, it was more punishment because he knew the karate teacher.
Okay.
And he knew how fierce the karate teacher were.
Gotcha.
And how he was on the young kids that was coming up. And I remember day one when I walked into the martial arts class and I seen this guy, and I've always idolized Bruce Lee coming up. And I'll never forget this guy's name. The guy's name is Aubrey Taylor. Rest in peace, white guy. Slender, little small frame, but the boy was bad.
Okay.
And I saw him and I just fell in love with martial arts. So that allowed me two of my brothers to get in, and within 5 years, I became a black belt. I eventually challenged my teacher and beat him. So that punishment turned into something good.
So with that being said, like in that realm of fitness, martial arts, self-defense, what were some things you were introduced to? Like, what was the training regime like? Like, and on top of that too, like, what did it do to your mental?
Well, good question. Let's start out with mentally. Once you broke through the boundaries of not knowing what you're doing and learning the aspects of what you're doing and the reason you're doing it, it was a confidence builder.
Okay.
Physical was tough. A lot of cardio, a lot of stretching, which I wasn't really used to, but a lot of physical contact.
Okay.
Because we sparred every day. If we was in class 3 hours, I would say we would spar almost an hour and a half.
Okay.
30 minutes of stretching before, after. That's when I got into learning how to meditate.
Okay.
And that also helped me because I've been so competitive. Everything I do, sports-wise or competitive-wise, I strive to be the best. So I try to dig a little deeper than the average person would just go in there, just go through the class and go home. I would, like I said, I was studying Bruce Lee. I was also studying my mixed martial arts teacher. And I kind of dug into that realm of learning the human anatomy. And when I started learning the pressure points, the weak points of the body, how to touch somebody and knock them out, the whole thing that came into a big bubble for me, and it helped me to just become the best that I could be. So when I mastered karate, I also started taking up other arts. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, under the Gracie family, South Florida.
Okay. So house names actually mean something in the I'm asking, but house names actually mean something in the realm of martial arts?
Yeah, especially when you mess with the Gracie family.
Okay.
Wing Chun,
Okay.
I mastered that under Master Singh,
Okay.
Japan. Shout out if you're still moving fast. I started studying boxing.
Okay.
I took Golden Gloves 3 times. Later on in life, when I let's go back high school. Once I got in high school, I started wrestling. I took state in high school my first 3 years. I started running track. I started playing football. I just had a love for just brutal, rough stuff. And
More like a warrior spirit type shit.
that part.
So allow me to ask you, what your first ever, whether it was a street fight on the dojo, in the cage, in the sand, wherever, like as a martial artist, did you ever get like the jitters, like the jitters of fear, like is that common?
That's common.
Okay.
Yeah, that's common. I never went into a fight without jitters, or what we call it nervousness.
Okay.
And that's common. You're in a fight, they tell you they're always nervous once you get it, because the anticipation, the crowd, the noise, the lights, you start to have the bubble gut and just nerves. Usually it takes some physical contact. So like into the first round, then the nerves are gone, and then you actually get into the floor. But nervousness is common.
As a martial artist or a fighter, How does one get past that? Is it repetition? Is it training? Is it react to contact? Like how does, some people, they, not saying this talking, but they don't have that in them. Regardless, like as soon as that feeling comes,
Yeah.
they're stuck. Like yeah. So how does one like get past the jitteriness?
Well, the thing with it is, if you get stuck in that position, you're not gonna move too far in that sport.
Oh wow! So if it's not for you,
It's
it's
just
generally not for
standstill.
you.
It's
Wow!
Not, no,
Okay.
it's not for you. If to get past that, it's more of a mind game.
Okay.
Getting hit, and with me, I've always enjoyed getting hit.
Got you.
And the reason for that is, for one, that helps me determine the pressure that he's bringing or the force that he's bringing.
Whether it's a love tap or a full on, okay.
Either one. Love taps you blow off. Give me your full blow so I can analyze and diagnose what I want to do, or what's your weak spot, or you got a less than 1/10 of a second to respond. Say like if,
To contact.
to contact.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, if we're fighting and you throw a blow, hit me on the left side. Now while your arm is out, I got that quick response to, okay, his arm is still out, so I'm gonna move, I'm gonna catch it. So everything is a quick response. If you gotta think in martial arts, you're messing up. It's gotta be a quick response.
Oh.
Quick response. That
You hear that? So if you're an overthinker, it ain't for you. No, I'm kidding.
It ain't for you. And the same goes with boxing. You can't think.
Okay.
It's let's say for example is once you get the nervous energy out of you, you get your heart rate down. Now everything's comes like that. Anticipating. I don't want to say waiting, but it's more anticipating the direction of the punch or how that person's gonna move.
Okay.
And with me, I always watch the waist because upper body can move.
Okay.
The waist, you watch the waist, you can 9 times out of 10 you can tell what's getting ready to come,
Okay.
or which direction it's gonna come. So it's every fighter has a different perspective of it, but one thing I'm almost sure that everyone will tell you that we do get nervous,
Okay.
and that's
Any fighter, regardless of what the okay, got you.
any fighter. You talk to John, he'll let you know he had butterflies before he fight.
A lot of people probably wouldn't believe that.
No,
Yeah.
because you ever heard you don't show your weakness?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
So some people take that as a weakness, but we don't want to show it. Just like when I'm in the gym training, 9 times out of 10 I'm hurting,
Okay.
but you will never know it
Unless you say.
thank you, unless I express it.
So with that being said, and you probably already answered it, but I'm asking, out of karate, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing, wrestling, the contest, what was the hard, in physical demand, what was the hardest regime that you had to do out of all those martial arts that you know?
I say wrestling is tough.
Out of all of them?
Yeah, now we're gonna put these two together, wrestling and Brazilian jiu-jitsu,
Okay.
because it's more physical on the body. It's more of like swimming for an hour straight.
Okay.
You utilizing your whole entire body. Different martial arts, you're not using your whole body. Wing Chun, it's more of a hand sweep.
Okay.
Legs. Jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu is more of a wrestling in a 10th degree.
Okay.
So, martial arts is tough, but it's also a mind game too.
Okay.
If you accept it to be tough or too strenuous for you, you're not going to accomplish anything. And that's just like everyday life. You always got to challenge yourself.
Yes, sir.
To be better. I never went into a fight, whether it's street, cage, wrestling, not anticipating on destroying that person.
Oh, so you just, as soon as you walked in, regardless, it was ready for the kill,
It's
basically.
ready for the kill.
Say less, say less. So if I may, and I've talked to some phenomenal people, boxers. Have you, in all the disciplines that you learned, not out on the street or at your job or at school, but like in the realm of martial arts, have you ever came across bullies? And the only reason I ask that is because I'm still learning life. I never thought you would run into that in martial arts.
Yeah.
But like some people I've talked to, they have run
You got
into
bullies everywhere.
Got you.
There's no certain category of where bullies are just allowed.
Okay.
Bullies are everywhere, and a lot of time it's the bullies that are bigger than the average person. Might be stronger than the average person, and sometimes it's not even physical. It's mental.
Okay.
You know, their mind plays tricks on them. And I used to love running into bullies, especially in school. I used to love to run into bullies. I had this one guy, I ain't gonna call him names, I don't know where he's at now. This guy was about 6'5".
In high school.
In high school.
Okay.
6'5" high school, about I'll say about 290, 295.
High school.
High school.
Say less.
He was the bully of the high school.
Okay.
Me and him had made a bet in the gym one day. I forget what it was, a basketball game or something. But it was a small bet, $5 bet.
The gentleman's bet, basically.
Yeah,
Got
pretty
you.
much.
Yeah.
He lost,
Didn't take it too well.
didn't take it well. He went into his bully mode, talking, spread shit around the school, and okay, no problem. So I caught him in the gym one day. And let's say I left him there, barely breathing.
Okay, no problem, right?
No problem. Done deal. I
Got you.
I did my little in-school suspension for a little while, but I don't take the bullies. I don't take the bullies. Like now, I go to some of the high schools, 71st, West Road. Sometimes I have friends over there that, especially 71st, they got some wannabe gang member kids over there that just disrespectful to the teachers, especially female teachers. And I was invited over there one day.
Uh-oh.
And I tell you, I shook the school up.
You still allowed to go over there?
Yeah.
Oh, say
That's a good way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way, in a good way. Because, and I kind of understand why these kids are like that, because, to each his own. Whatever you want to do in life, you do.
Okay.
If you don't have no stern male figures,
Yes, sir.
these young kids are not going to pay attention to it. They're not going to listen to it. And a good friend of mine, like my brother, he's SRO over there 71st, and he was telling me how bad they were over there. Me knowing the principal, and a couple of teachers, good close friends over there. I got a phone call to come over there one day, and to show you how drastic the change went without me even saying anything, just being there. I walked down the hall right as the bell rung. So all the kids out in the hall, they cussing and this and that. I'm walking with two of the teachers, friends of mine. And we turned the corner to come into the crowd. And you can hear a rap for it. These kids just separated, and everybody like, wow, who in the hell is that? And I say that to say this. Boys, us being boys at one time, we needed that strong man vibe. And I don't want you to take it the wrong way. If you want a man, you want to be a woman, do your thing. But that's not a firm place to raise a boy. A woman can't raise a boy to be a man. I don't care who she is. It's not going to happen. There's so much that a woman can do for a boy. boy needs a male figure.
Yes, sir.
And me and a lot of the kids over at school became friends because of the simple fact of respect. I didn't have to say anything. It was just my presence. And before long, they would ask some questions when I'm coming back up to the gym, up to the school, you know. And to me, that makes me proud, because if I can change someone's mindset from something bad to something good, to see something positive, or to become a better person, I'm high on respect.
Yes, sir.
I'm high on respect. I don't care who it is. I don't disrespect nobody. I'm not going to accept it from nobody.
Yes, sir.
Plain and simple. But I never had that role model coming up. I grew up gangbanging and all this crazy stuff. So now in my place in life now, my goal is to reach one and teach one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
if you allow me to touch on that a little brief, do you feel like with the experience you had in the gym, outside of the gym, do you feel like physical activity kind of helps youngins get away from that type of the gangbanging lifestyle?
Oh, yeah.
So like it obviously, you know, Storm, shout out to you, brother.
Big Storm.
Great inspiration. He told his story on here as well. And he also influenced youngins as well. You take more of the good than you do the bad, but bringing it full circle, the reason why I bring it up, do you feel like if physical activity or gym was pushed more amongst the younger generation, we would see less of that? Does that make sense, Uncle? Or
it kind of do what it's more discipline, first of all.
Okay.
Because you can push young kids into the gym, but if they don't have that discipline,
it won't matter. Okay.
It ain't gonna matter. Because then some of them heads gonna get big, or they moving a little weight, and that's gonna push them into that realm of really being a bully. Okay. You know, I'm in the gym doing this and that. Discipline is always key. Okay. Discipline is always key. Now, one thing that I deal with and have witnessed with the younger generation now, preferably the ones that wants to be a gang member, part of a gang or whatever, they don't have that. They don't have no structure. When I came up, my OGs was all about helping the young kids out, giving us something positive to do, helping us learn stuff. But now it's more of a, you know, you shoot me, I shoot you type thing. You wearing gold, you got money, I'm coming to get you. Or I'm
hit a lick type.
Yeah. Now they're more making a name for themselves.
Accolades. And they're not really accolades.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
And the crazy thing is, what I've also witnessed is the wannabe hard ones out on the street, once they go to jail, it's a whole different world. Bruh, I done seen some come in there, bruh, that was flipped into...
Yeah, like a pancake, okay, say less.
That part.
So, you know, I'm glad you're touching on this. Like, I feel like with the audience that I do have, I have all kinds. So, you know, the powerlifters, the gamers. So, yeah. But anyway, everybody is come one, come all. So, how about this? Do you feel like social media plays on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, social media has a good thing / bad thing going on.
Okay.
The good thing is you can expose yourself, or you can meet people, or you can put your work out and other people can see it. The bad thing is social media have created a lot of social media gangsters. Wannabe gangsters. They bad on the internet, they talking this, they gonna do this and gonna do that. My thing is, if that's the way you feel, I have that same energy when you see me face to face.
In real life.
In real life.
Yes, sir.
Because then reality gonna kick in.
Bad.
You on Facebook, you shooting your gun and throwing up your signs and all that stuff.
And then when the law get involved,
there's a whole different world.
Yeah.
Then they telling on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I can't speak on that. The only reason because the type of lifestyle that I do live myself, I do watch a lot of influencers and podcasts who do touch on that, and I feel like the one thing that they have in common when they talk about it is the effects that it has on the youth. So I really do appreciate you touching on that. It's always good to get the older perspective. So with that being said, do you feel like, it's the truth, for us, do you feel like we're going down a downward spiral to where we can't, like, do you feel like there are certain things that we should put in place to get us out of that, or is it just, because some people go as far as extreme to say extinction, and I'm like, yo. Wait a minute.
I wouldn't say that we're going to that realm of being extinct.
Okay.
But with everything that's going on out in the world, between the politics, government, social media, it has changed our whole mindset of life.
Yes, sir.
We're so open to their BS. So, and that's a deep question that requires a thorough thought, because it's crazy. I think about this every day, and I watch it on TV. How the young kids are killing each other over crazy stuff.
Minute things.
Yes, sir. Minute things. But if you look at it, our biggest issue right now is not the other man.
Okay.
It's the black man. We're killing each other. For what reason? No, and that's what the other man wants us to do. They give us the drugs. They put the drugs on the streets. They put the guns on the streets, and let the young kids get them. Now, for the young kids, that's turning them into Superman. You know, with no remorse, no second thought of what's gonna happen if you pull that trigger. If somebody pull the trigger before you, and they don't. See, back when I was active, we thought more of, what if I do this here? How's my family gonna feel? Nowadays, these kids do it and don't have no remorse for it, either side of your family.
Yeah.
Even though you kill him, he's gone, his family hurt. You go into prison, your family hurt. So what's the?
Do you feel like that? I'm asking, but do you feel like that's a lack of a male figure?
Yeah.
Dragon.
It is, and I would say 80% of it is from a male figure. 20% of it, I would say, is how they're raised, their neighborhoods, their locations.
That all, yeah,
Greed turns you into a monster.
Okay.
To be hungry and see another man eating changes your whole mindset.
Like as far as jealousy?
Yeah, jealousy. Jealousy and greed together kill us. And you really can't be mad because of, let's say, for example, you got two dogs, or you got a wolf here, you got a pit bull here. Wolf is eating good, pit bull eating bacon. Wolf eating steak. What do you think that pit bull gonna do? Because that bacon ain't gonna do nothing for it.
Well, if I may say that, I get what you're saying, but would
they will fight?
They
well,
will, but that's what I'm saying. It would be the wolf. But
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, male figures, not just male figures, but let's emphasize positive male figures.
Yes, sir.
strong-minded male figures.
Yes, sir.
Male figures with good intentions. You gotta have a good game plan. You just can't step into a young man's life and expect him to change his bad habits.
Yes, sir.
You gotta bring something to the table. And that's why I have a big rating with when I deal with the young kids.
Yes, sir.
Because everything I'm telling them, I've been through. I've seen. So when you present yourself to somebody that's in a negative state of mind and you're trying to give them some positive and you can't speak from your heart, kids detect that. You know?
Yeah. It's kind of hard not to get in your emotions when on a topic like this.
Right.
I there needs to be a fix on it at the end of the day.
They do.
I don't. But anyway, apologize for that.
It's all right.
So with that being said, what I'm gonna leave it here real quick and then take it back to fitness and
Okay.
what advice all around with what we just discussed would you give us for some or to my audience for somebody who's willing to listen? You know, like with what everything that we let's cut the fitness part real quick. But everything else that we just discussed, you know, from the bullying, proximity, gang bang and all that, like what life advice would you give us, people in my generation and the younger generation?
Yeah, no, that's real easy. This is what I tell kids now when I deal with them. You know, you got to learn to respect yourself first of all. That would take you a long way. Learn how to respect your elders. Learn how to say yes sir, no sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes ma'am, no ma'am. Believe it or not, when you speak those words, yes sir, that pulls that negative energy out of you. Versus saying yeah. Okay. Now you feel that different tone in my voice when I just say yeah. Versus yes sir. Now I'm showing respect. Very big things. I say respect. Leave the jealousy alone. A lot of us doing stupid stuff behind jealousy. You know, because somebody else you see got a nice car or whatever. They eat basically, and you're not. Don't be mad with them, because for one, you never walked in their shoes, so you don't know what they did to get to where they at now. Two things you have you're appointed in life when God wakes you up in the morning. You get a chance to make a choice. Now that choice that you make, you got to live with it, whether it's a good choice or a bad choice. But you never let anybody make your choices. You don't let nobody dictate how you feel. In other words, you don't let nobody take your sunshine away from you. And let nobody cloud your days up. Learn how to control your heart, your feelings, and your emotions. Because see, when your emotions start to play a part, you're not second thinking yourself anymore. You're just going off response. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to get you in trouble. Or you're going to go down a road that you don't want to go down. So respect, we got to learn how to respect each other. Especially our colored people. We got to learn how to respect each other. Discipline. Take it back to the old school. Yes sir, no sir. Yes ma'am, no ma'am. Okay, that's it. That make a big change, because that changed the whole dynamics of how you really feeling.
So if I may, did I interrupt?
No.
So last thing I want to bring it on fitness, because you've been in this game for so long. What are some things that you like about the fitness room, and what are some things you dislike about it? And extra caveat, or what would you like to see change between the like, the dislike,
Right.
and the change?
What I like about the physical aspect of fitness, it helps you overcome a lot of negative things in life. It helps with your mental. Definitely helps with your physical. Helps with your spiritual. So those three things, they are key. It kind of helps you to be, or not to be, that normal person. Two things in life I chose not to be. The average person or a normal person. I refuse.
Yes, sir.
You know, waking up in life is precious. It's very precious, and we don't seem to cherish that. So the physical fitness part of life has a whole lot of how do I want to put it? Good results. And some of the bad things about it, and that's a hard question. Because me personally, I haven't ran across anything that's bad about this. Well, you can't overdo it.
Yes, sir.
That's one bad thing about it. You can't overdo it. You can overtrain sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Failing to listen to your body, you can hurt yourself.
Yes, sir.
I talked to a guy earlier today in the gym, and he's a newcomer to the gym.
Yes, sir.
And he was telling about an accident. He was in, should I say, incident that happened in the gym.
Yes, sir.
So I was questioning. I said, well, what happened? A year ago, he was able to do 245 with no problem. He'd been out of the gym for that time frame with some medical issues. He chose upon himself to attempt it again.
Hurt?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Without a spotter. And he got it off the right, and it crashed down across his throat. My question was, why did you have a spotter? And I heard the dumbest answer. I wanted to slap him so bad. Having a spotter makes you weak. That's how I felt. That's
So, Uncle, if I may say, I get it, but not really.
Okay.
And only reason we that's the man's thinking. So that's why I say I get it, but not really. That there are positive aspects that and on top of that too, that in the realm of fitness, it does something as men. I believe. I think it does something to us when we're not able to do what we used to be. It's
that's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you're speaking to somebody that's been through that.
Mm-hmm.
But like him, his thing was his pride.
Mm-hmm.
And if you deal with your pride in the gym, two things gonna happen. Either you're gonna fail or you're gonna get hurt.
Yes, sir.
We don't carry our pride in the gym. Anybody I deal with, pride and motivation do not come through the gym door. Reason for pride, like I said, it'll get you hurt. Motivation changes like the wind. You can wake up in the morning, I feel motivated, I'm going to the gym today. Later on,
Right when 5 p.m.
You know what I'm saying? 5 p.m. 4:45. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't want to do this here.
Yeah.
Now you at a standstill.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to alleviate those two there.
So, and the last thing was, what would you like to see change in this room? And the only reason I asked that, obviously you know who Mr. Gardner as Willie is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I interviewed him, and he told me some interesting stories, man. I was like, oh shit, but he the aspect of fitness, whether it's powerlifting, bodybuilding, you know, it's changed over the years. So with that being said, what change do you want to see in the fitness realm? Because fitness is going to be around forever.
Yeah. That's a tough question because I'm so used to adapting and overcoming.
Mm-hmm.
So very seldom will you hear me complaining about something in the physical aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for somebody that it affects, and you can't manipulate it to where you can accomplish the mission, then it's a different thing. But with me, I'm so stuck on challenging myself.
Yes, sir.
I don't let those type of issues bother me. But something I will say, one thing that disgustes me is going to a gym that's half the equipment is broke, and they're charging a big fee per month. With the
They ain't doing nothing to fix the equipment.
ain't doing nothing to fix the equipment. You got toilets running over, paper towels missing. You know, those type things.
So that does need, the gym environments do need to change.
They need to, man, Lord knows they need to change.
Yes, sir.
They need to change because, you know, certain gyms, they have different aspects to them. But when you dealing with a family-oriented gym where you got kids in play and stuff like that, you know, clean environment is number one. Fixed equipment, a proper, safe environment for the kids to play in. You know, those are key things. But when I go in the gym and say if I want to go in the gym today and I want to do a heavy bike day, but 2 or 3 machines that I usually deal with on bike days are broken. Mindset all messed up now.
Because you got to adjust your regime
to
how you get to how you're going to
got to go from A, B, C, and further to that sometimes. And when I get to that point, I'm so disgusted. I just leave the gym.
Go to the next
I
one.
go to the next gym.
Say less.
That's it.
I really appreciate this. Uncle Saruncha, I appreciate this mentorship. Everybody who's come on my channel has dropped jewels. You have definitely, this was a gold diamond mine to me. I'm very, very grateful that you came to this channel. You definitely are one of my inspirations. Reason being is because at the age that you are, you're still doing this. At the age that you are, you're still inspiring. At the age that you are, you're still mentoring and coaching. And with everything that we discussed, we especially in, I'ma say it, but it may not be true, but in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I feel like we don't have enough of that. We should.
Very true.
And to me, it shouldn't just be on you to bear the butt of that responsibility, but you do it, and you do it with no complaints. I'm giving you your flowers now while the camera's rolling, and before. Keep doing what you're doing. Please don't give up the good fight, and just, you know, at the end of the day, it's all love. Humbly and respectfully, thank you so much for coming to my channel. And please allow me in the future to bring you back, and we can talk more. It can be like a round table sit down. Or if you want, we can break bread. But again, thank you so much.
Listen, anything for you, bro. I told you this from day one we met.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you was going through your ups and downs.
Yes, sir.
I'm here for you.
Yes, sir.
My time is your time.
Yes, sir.
Just let me know it. I'm here, whatever it takes. I'm here. And I want to say I'm proud of you.
Yes, sir.
That you have humbled yourself and you have made such great progress.
Yes, sir.
And I focus on your channels. I've seen all the things you put on social media, and you're doing a good job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Blessings in abundance.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Speed and power to you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
And we are out.